Hi everybody. So I was sitting here in my bed this morning doing a little bit of research, which is something I kind of do, and I've just decided that perhaps what I should do is a video and consider this a part of my lock journey. So I'm in South Florida now. I kind of go between North Florida and South Florida quite often. And I found a braider down here. Her prices were good. Her skill set is pretty decent. And so I got my hair braided. And so these are the colors I have now. These aren't colors that you actually buy in the store. I like to mix my colors. I'm quite the mixer, like for real. So I always use custom blended braid hair. And she installs. I customize and she installs. And this time I got these braids, and I had some other braid aspirations, like I wanted to do bohos and then get some twists put in, but I have decided enough is enough, really. Even deciding getting the twist kind of led me back to locks. And I hadn't gotten them in the past. This will be my first time, and I'm so glad, because each time I go on one of these study binges and I learn more things, because people are starting to do more stuff with their locks, right? So I stumbled upon this girl. I don't know her name, but her page is Dreamlocs. She's on YouTube and on Instagram. So her locks are just the bomb to me. She has Microlocs, and she put extensions on them, which is something I think that's been keeping me all this time from really getting locks, is the extension part, because my hair is short and I didn't really want to go through the short phase. Now, I'm in these groups on Facebook, and so many people in there speak against getting extensions and how it goes against whatever the grain is for the steps and the process for your lock journey and all that kind of stuff. And I was talking to my girlfriend Dana this morning about just that. And she has locks, beautiful locks. And she explained to me why people feel like they do. Like they think you should go through the ugly stage and all that kind of stuff. And the locks have meanings that are different for everyone, right? So here it is for me. If I can forego the ugly stage, that's just what I'm going to do. And that will be my lock journey. Something that no one can take from me, because I say this is my journey. No one else gets to define that for me. I hope it works out that way for you. Don't give in to peer pressure. Do what you want to do. So I don't want my locks to be short. And I can't make them longer without adding extensions or waiting a while for my hair to grow out more to get extensions then. And even then, get locks then. And even then, they're going to be shorter than whatever length my hair is, right? So right now, my hair is about maybe 5 or 6 inches long, maybe 7 inches long, actually. But I now have 4C hair, so there's a lot of shrinkage. And I say now because I think I was somewhere between 4A and 4B in different parts of my hair, different parts of my head, actually, not my hair. And I was taking a medication called Ozempic for diabetes. And back then, doctors didn't know that the medication depletes your B12 and your E and your D. So you need to be taking those medications when you're taking products like Ozempic, right? I didn't know that. My doctors didn't know that. There wasn't a whole lot of research. People were just taking it for diabetes, not for weight loss. At any rate, it thinned my hair. It changed the texture of my hair. It changed the texture of my skin. So, yeah, the skin kind of repaired a bit. I started doing glutathione and vitamin C shots, but my hair, not so much. So I've been working on it, using different methods for getting my hair to grow back in. And it's working. It used to be very, very thin along. I couldn't put braids here. This side too. But this side has filled in more than this side is still thin, if you can see Yeah, it's still thin. So anyway, the young lady put these braids in, and she put them longer than I wanted. I'm 51. I really don't want braids down to my butt. And these are they. And they're a little too thick, some of them, so my hair is heavy. And although I can manage it, put it up in a ponytail, things like that, I know how having the hair in too long can damage my hair. I know that right now I don't see it, but soon I'll start seeing little white beads up in here. So you can see how bad the texture of my skin is from the Ozempic. It's a little rough at times, but it's better than it was, trust me. Okay, so I used to look like I had a filter, really, when this happened. So at any rate, I saw Dreamlocs, and I have been laser focused ever since. Now I got these braids put in, maybe a week ago, and I'm gonna cut them out today. So this was the time to do my video while the braids were still there, because it's part of my journey. And I like how I mix colors. I'll miss that. At any rate, so I don't want dark hair, and this hair comes dark. So Dreamlocs put the link to the hair that she used, and I'll put it in my description as well. So anyway, this is the hair. I just pulled out a piece, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, when I purchased it was shorter, like how she shows on her video. It's shorter, but when you shampoo it, it stretches, right? So I'm a mixer. And from being an owner of a few salons for quite a while, I learned so much about mixing hair textures. The curl patterns don't have to be the same. And as a matter of fact, when you don't do it the same, then it comes out with, a pretty good result. So this is like 3C4A hair. Or is it 3C4? No, it's not. It's 3A3B. That's what this is. 3A3B hair. And this one I got from Amazon is 3B3C. So you can see the difference in the curl patterns, right? Right. But when you mix these two together, you got fire. I've done it many times. All right. So I don't like black hair. Like even here, my darkest hair, that's 99J mixed with 30 and 350. I don't like dark hair. That's about as dark as I want to go. It's not brown. So I wanted to color the hair, but both of these packs, they came shorter. I bought 16-inch. But when you shampoo, it stretches. Yeah. So I know that if I bleach it, then it's going to stretch even more, and I'm going to lose the curl. But if my hair is 4C, there's no way I'm going to be able to put straight hair in my head and it look right. Right? So I decided to color it, and I lifted the hair with no bleach. So this is the 3B3C. Look at that. The curl patterns are just about the same. No bleach. I just, used some patience. Applied a lot of patience. And I applied 30 volume. And this is what I have. You just have to sit and wait for it to lighten. And that was the Amazon hair. And this is the more expensive hair that Dreamlocs used. So the more expensive hair didn't keep the curl pattern as well. And I know it looks all frizzy, but that's because I keep running my fingers through it, because I know that when I install the hair, I'm going to put my fingers in it a lot, right? We all do. We have this thing. I see it on YouTube and everywhere. Anytime we get extensions, we keep running our fingers through it. So I put my fingers through it a lot to kind of see what it would look like, how big it would get, I don't mind the hair looking like this when I install it. And so the curl pattern is there, but it's not quite the same. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to lighten this hair, all of the hair. So these will be the two patterns that I use now. 3AB, 3BC. So I'll put the links for YouTube and the other manufacturer for the hair that Dreamlocs had in the description box. At any rate, I did a lot of research because my hair is thin. I have 4C fine, low density hair, and extensions can be an issue in this hair. And I'm in these different Facebook groups. And, you know, in all the groups, everybody's talking about how you shouldn't add extensions and you should go through the process and all that kind of stuff. And I was talking to my girlfriend this morning, Dana. Hi, Dana. And I have truly decided that my journey is as I define it, not as anyone else defines it. And I don't want to go through the ugly stage just because other people did. And I won't be pressured into that. So don't let anyone pressure you into it either. Do what you want to do with your hair. Here's what I did find out. In my plight to safely add extensions to my hair, Dreamlocs does a process where she adds the extensions on the very ends of her braids, not at the roots. I found through YouTube University and through Facebook groups that when you put the locks in, you run the risk, if you put them in at the roots, you run the risk of the locked area being larger or bigger in circumference than your hair as it grows out. So when you're interlocking, you're putting this larger bunch of hair through this small square, right? And you run the risk of it tearing your hair. And then you lose that lock. And I don't want that. So I know that when I put in my extensions, they have to be extremely small. Well, in comparison to whatever the length, the width of my natural lock is going to be, I'm going to make this extension a tad bit smaller when I braid it in. So it may be this size or even this size. Now, Dreamlocs said that she made some of them larger than others. Maybe that's because she had larger squares in. I don't know. But if I don't put in larger squares, I'm not putting in larger extensions. I'm going to make sure that my extension is less than my lock. So that way when I loop it back through, you know, I won't have that problem. And the weight makes a difference, especially when you have fine, low density hair. So if I make the weight match, or the density of the extension match my hair, then it may be more weight than I want to take on. So I'm going to make my lock a smaller density. My extensions a smaller density than my locks. I'm hoping that'll work. If not, I'm putting them on at the end so I can take them off. Right, which is my intention anyway. Once the hair gets long enough, then I'll take them off. I don't expect to have curly spiral hair like this all through my head, right? So when I put the extensions in and I'm pulling through, it's going to look more like my hair. That's the point. So anyway, this is how much I was able to bring the hair up just by adding 40 volume. And I think what I want to do now is deposit maybe some cinnamon or something on the hair to make it a little brighter so that it's not so boring, because brown can be boring. I mean, it really can. You need highlights or something in brown. It really depends on what you like and your skin tone and things like that. And so you can tell that, you know, this looks brown to you, but it's not brown. Anyway, you can tell that I like color, and I think color looks better on me than black. Yeah, that looks a little rough for me. I can't do that too much. No. I mean, it's bearable if I have to do it, but it's not what I want. I like this color. I started to buy the extensions. Actually, I saw them on Aliexpress, and maybe I'll give you the link to Aliexpress, which is what I started to do, was purchase the hair from Aliexpress, and it came in T4, 27, and 30, right? And this is in the expensive pattern, the 4A, I'm sorry, the 3A, 3B pattern. But I didn't know if the hair was going to be really good. I didn't want to take the chance right now. So, but it would have been better to do it that way. I would have gotten the exact curl pattern, and I could have colored my hair and had highlights in it and everything, right? So if I don't like how this turns out, I'll remove them and I'll purchase the hair from Aliexpress and see how that works. But I went with this hair because Dreamlocs said the hair has been the same. It's tried and true. Every time she orders, it's the same. And so I watched her for a while. You know, she's had that hair in for months. The only thing it did was to start to get a little light brown. I guess that's from shampooing and things like that. So at any rate, this is the beginning of my lock journey. And I'm going to add extensions to my fine, low density 4C hair on the tips. And I believe that because it's locked, you won't be able to see the huge difference between this curl pattern and my curl pattern, because that's what I see in Dreamlocs. You really can't tell what her actual curl pattern is. It just blends with this hair. I'm going to do my lock sizes, my box sizes at 1/4 of an inch. And go from there. I'm going to do self-install pretty much. I'm going to get my neighbor to kind of help me with the back a bit. But I'm going to part a grid and work this thing out. I chose to do a grid because I want to be able to pull it into rows and style it. Like if I want to braid it all going back or something, and it has nice little parts. I like that. I like order sometimes. And I want that for my hair. I'm going into a new business, so this makes it easier for me to just wake up and go, right? Fast-paced work, low-maintenance hair until 5 or 6 weeks down the road. I'm cool with that. It works for me. This is my time. I don't regret not doing my locks any earlier. This is my time. I'll see you soon. It's this Friday. It's going down. Bye.